Gosh. Hello, and thank you very much for coming up live. It's been a bit crazy here in the office. Our fire alarm had just gone off in the building, and we've had to rush out and come back in at some point. But I'm happy to be able to do this live. At a point, I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. I thought I was going to have to cancel out on the live, but I'm happy to do it. I don't think we'll be able to go on Facebook because my other computer is playing up. So we are live on YouTube, on TikTok, and Instagram. And I can see that a few people have joined in already. I'm just going to wait for a few more minutes to kick it going whilst we wait for more people to come in. Today we are doing the Tree of Life wire wrapped pendant. I think I put it on our social media pages so that everybody gets to know what we're doing for today. So this is what we're doing today. I would like to first of all introduce myself because it's very likely that a few people are meeting me for the first time. So my name is Sheila and I work for Skilled Hands Organization, and this is a charity set up to empower people through artisan craft workshops. We are on Instagram, Facebook. You can find us all over social media, and we have a lot of tutorial videos out there. Today we are doing a live tutorial session, and I'm happy for you to join me. I don't have a moderator, and I'm going to have to manage 3 sites at the same time whilst I do a project. So please permit me if I miss a few of your messages. I'm going to try and answer most messages as much as possible, but please, as you come on, if you could share our live video so that we can get more people coming in and make the engagement a bit more fun as we carry on. So for the Tree of Life pendant, I'm just going to be here for an hour and not more. So I'm going to get on with the project. If anybody comes up later, they would have to watch the replay and then catch up on that. But hopefully we'll be able to do this every other week or every week possibly. So for the Tree of Life, if you're just joining me, this is what we're doing for today. And for the Tree of Life, I'm going to go ahead and mention the materials and tools you need for that. So for my materials, you would need your wire wrap gauge. And for me, I'm using the gauge 26. That's what I'm using today. And this is the tarnish free. So they come in different sizes. You decide what you're using for today. I like to use the smaller wire. People like bigger wires, but for this project, I'm using the gauge 26. And then you would also need your gem or stone that you're going to be wrapping. And I'm wrapping the amethyst today. And that's it. I'm going to bring it out now. If there is more time, I'll do another type of stone using the same method, which is the Tree of Life, if there's time. But if there isn't, we'll just stick to one stone, which is quite similar to this one here that we are going to be wrapping quite pretty soon. So you need that. You need your wire. Like I said, you need your gem or your stone. I'm wrapping amethyst this morning. You'd also need your tools. You need your pliers. So I have with me my round nose plier, which is that. And then I have my cutter. I'll talk about the properties very briefly and quickly for the sake of everybody who doesn't know what this is but is joining us for the first time. And then you'd also need your other flat nose plier as well. So the round nose plier helps you make your loops, all right? And the size of your plier tells how big your loop will be. So if you want a smaller loop, then you'll be making your loop from this end. And if you want a bigger loop, then you'll be going in from that end. So that is what it is for that. The cutter is used for cutting your stuff. So that is what I'll be using for cutting my wire today. And I'll be showing you quite briefly how that is used. Very simple. It's just a cutter, just like the name says it is. So there are different types of pliers, and you use them according to what you need them for. Basically, if you're starting your jewelry making project or business and you have just that and your cutter and your flat nose plier, these three are the basic ones. And these are all you need to start your business if you don't want to do anymore. So that is it. And I have in front of me my beading mat. So if I'm able to be showing you my table, you see it here. So my beading mat just helps me keep things in place, basically. So that's all I have for the project today. My pliers, my wire, and the stone I'll be wrapping. I've gone ahead to cut my first wire. And you're going to be measuring your wire. Usually I like to work in inches, but for the sake of everyone else who is not comfortable in inches, I'm going to be saying them in centimeters and inches as well. So you're going to cut strips of wire, 30 centimeters. 30 centimeters of this, 8 of them. So I've done one, and I've done my second one. I'm going to go ahead and cut 6 more. Get them all ready before we start wrapping. All right. So because I already have one cut, I'm just going to use my cut piece as a guide and then keep cutting more as we go on. So whilst I carry on cutting, I'm going to talk to you about our YouTube page and hopefully every other thing we are doing here as an organization, just to keep the banter going. But if you have questions for me, I'll keep checking it and answering them as I see them. Thank you very much, everyone who's joined in TikTok and everyone who's joined in on YouTube and on Instagram. Thank you very, very much. So I have 3 strips already cut. I'm going to do some more till I get 8 pieces, and then we take it from there. Thank you very much if you've just joined in. I'm excited to have you here. Can you please share the live just so that people get to know we are live? Because I'm streaming from UK and I realize the times are different all around the world. And because this is going on social media, I believe people who may have wanted to join the live wouldn't know we are up now. So if you share it, then people will get to know we are up and running. Like I said, I'm going to be here for just an hour, so it'll be great for people to join in as early as possible, just so that they'll be able to catch up with what we're doing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to be cutting my last one, which will be the 8th one, and then we're kicking from there. So I have all my 8 wires ready to work with. If anybody is working alongside me, can you just send me a message so that I go as slow as possible and not run ahead of you? I'll be happy to work with anybody who has their tools and materials in place. It's a shame we can't go on Facebook, but I know a few of my people are on YouTube. Just if you know somebody who had wanted to join and was waiting to join in on Facebook, can you let them know that we are live on YouTube? Unfortunately, my other computer is playing up. I have about 3 computers in front of me and I'm using 2 phones at the same time. 2 computers are playing up, quite unfortunately. The other one wouldn't accept. That is an Apple computer and wouldn't accept the Facebook app for some reason. I don't know why. And the other one is also saying it's configuring. So unfortunately, I'll not be able to go on Facebook, but I'm here on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok, and I'm excited to have you. Thank you very much for your likes. Thank you very much for joining in. And yeah, so let's get on with the tree of life. So I'm going to put all my 8 wires together. I'm going to try and make sure I have all of them at equal length. I'm going to find the center of my wire. So I'm going to try to bend it quite slightly. And then wherever the bend is, I'm going to do a twist over there. So this is where I do the stem of my tree. All right. I'm going to do this twist for about 2 centimeters. So I'll make sure I'm just kicking in a twist of 2 centimeters. Yep. And then I'm going to leave it there. So if you can see my twist, I wish I had a black thing to put against it. get a piece of paper or some, a minute. Okay, so I put my twist in there, in the center of my wire. Okay, so like I said, if you send me a message to let me know you're working with me, I will slow down and not speed through it, just so that we'll be working on the same pace. So this is what we're doing. Now my cabochon is an amethyst, is a real stone, and that's it. And I think it's about 3.5 centimeters long. All right. So for that reason, if we put in a twist of 2 centimeters at the bottom, that would really, really work. So this is what we've just done. The bottom twist here, like the stalk of the tree. Hello, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll be happy to call out names just to appreciate you if I see your name. Some of the names will be difficult to mention. I've just seen Chloe on TikTok. Thank you very much for joining in. Please, if you could hit the like button just so that we could get a live video come up and have more people join in as well. I can see a few number of people on YouTube as well. Thank you very much for joining in. So let's get on with it. So this is what we have. I'm just going to make a bend like that into 2 equal halves. That is where my, all right. So that is where my stone is going to be sitting. Now, because this is a smooth stone, it can be a bit challenging. It can be all over the place, but you have to be gentle with it, and then you would get to it. I think in other classes, what I had done was to stick sticky squares at the bottom just to keep it in place, and then later on you just move it out of the place. I think that also worked. If you stick a sticky square at the bottom of the stone, just so that your wire will sit on there, and then you can carry on wrapping. That is something that also works as well. So you can try that. I'm going to see if I can quickly jump over and get some sticky squares if I'm going to be struggling with that bit. But basically, that is it for now. So what you're going to do is just to separate your wire into single bits like what I'm doing. So I'm going to have 4 on this side, 4 on that side, going to the back. And for the front, 4 on this side, 4 on that side. If there's something you're not sure about, if you send me a message, I'm sure I'll be able to answer it if I see it. But this is what I'm doing for the back. So this goes for the back. And then I'm going to separate my strings out for the front as well, so that we can start wrapping it. I think it makes it easier that way. So currently we have over 200 videos streaming on YouTube. If you search for Skilled Hands Organization on YouTube, you'll find us. We have tutorial videos on millinery hats. A minute, I'm going to grab a few to show you, and we're wearing a few for you to see as well. So we have tutorial videos on millinery. We have tutorial videos on bag making, on jewelry making, and all of that. So I think it's much easier when you separate your strings out. So this is what I've done. And my gem is going to be seated in the center of the wire, if you can see me. Great. So I'm going to drop my gem now into the center, like that. I'm going to bring this over to it. This is what I have. Now I'm going to take 1 string on this side. Okay, yeah. I'm going to take 1 string on this side, another one on this side. Okay. So I'm working with 1 string from the front half, another string from the back half. Unfortunately, I have to hold it just so that my gem doesn't slip out. But basically 1 string from the front, another string from the back, and then we're going to start twisting up in that manner. So there. So I'm going to bring both of them together in a simple twist like that. You see, I'm going to turn it 3 times. I've already done one turn. You can see it. I'm going to do 2 and 3. So that locks the string in place. If you're just joining in, this is what we are doing, the Tree of Life pendant. That's what we're doing in this live tutorial session. So we are done with one lock in here. We can carry on and do on the opposite side, just so that we have gem or stone locked in place. So one on this side, one on that side as we carry on wrapping. Yesterday, I'd seen a post on Instagram, and I think I'd used the voice for my own post later on. And it says that anytime we do anything with our hands, or we do anything, cooking, craft, art, anything we do with our hands, as we do them, it releases happy chemicals in our brains, and that keeps us going. So I got to understand why it says that craft is therapeutic. So it's like when you're down and you're not sure what's going on, you just get into craft, and then suddenly you feel quite relaxed or quite okay. So basically that is the power of craft, and I'm happy to be able to be doing this with you this morning. If your day has not yet started, it's about to start, I think it's a great way to start your day. So I'm going to twist it in, 2 twists already, and then my third one will be my third twist. So I've done it on this side. You can see I've done it on the other side. Now we're going to move on to the second set of strings on my right hand side. It looks all over the place, but I believe you get to see it properly as I carry on with it. So thank you very much, everyone who's taking the time to be here this morning. And thank you very much for joining in. If you could share, Mr. Noon, if you could share our live, that I'll be very, very grateful, just to let others know we are here live. We are hoping to do this as often as possible. We don't know how often, but hopefully with time, we'll be able to know and give, like a definite time or day we come live. But we hope to do this as many times as possible as we carry on. So this is my second one I've locked in. Sometimes you'll see that your wire is quite close together, especially when you're working with a very smooth stone like I'm doing this morning. So try and space your wires out. That gives it the nice effect we are looking for. So what I mean is space your wires up. So you have one at the bottom, then the next one here, and then the next one there, so that you don't have them sticking together. Unfortunately, yeah, this is what I mean. So I have one here, and then the next one is here. And I'm going to go on with my third set of wires on my right, and then I'll move over and do my second and third on my left. So I know that I want to have this one spaced out on this end here. So when I'm sure of where to place it, I will quickly go in and put a twist in to lock it up over there. So just 3 twists of wire is enough to keep it going. All right, I hope I'm going round as much as possible. So I've done 3 strings on this side, as you can see. I'm going to go over and do it on the other end. Now remember, like I said, it's a bit fiddly, so you'd have to be patient with it and not rush it. Just work at your own pace. But in the end, the design is so beautiful. I think the first time we came up live on TikTok, we had done a beautiful bracelet like that. You can check that out when you have some time. But we have a lot of tutorial videos on YouTube, and we'll be happy for you to check those out as well. So I'm putting my second twist in, 2 and 3 turns. One, two, last one, three. Okay, so then that is our second one. That's our first one. I'll go in and put my third one in. Then we have the fourth one to do on both sides. You may think that the strings are a bit too long and it's getting in the way, but trust me, the longer the better, because then you know you're not going to run short of on your wires, and then it also gives you enough working length to put in place. So here. Thank you very much, my TikTok community. It looks like TikTok is really, really winning. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for sharing. Everybody who's done a share already. If you've not done a share, could you please share this live video? And thank you very much for joining in, Bas and Zoe, for joining in. Could you please share and give us a like just to get Agnes? Thank you very much for joining in on TikTok. Sarah is still here with us on Instagram, and there are a few people on YouTube. I can't see your names. Unfortunately, I can't call you out, but here we are with a few steps we've done already. So I'm going to go on and lock in our fourth strings, and then we're going to bring all of them together to finish off with a bill for the tree of life. So you can see that I'm left with that one here and that one there to twist in place. So I'm left with that one, these sets, and these sets to twist in place. These sets and that set to twist in place. So I'm going to go ahead and twist that in place, and then we take it from there. I'm going to push these ones down, twist these ones in place, and then bring them back up afterwards. So bring these back and these back and these back. I think I'm liking my creation this morning. If you're doing this for the first time, trust me, you may fiddle with it a little bit because it's a bit fiddly. But don't give up. Just carry on, and I believe you get a beautiful piece and you'll be proud of yourself in the end. So if you've just joined me, because I see that people are going in and out, we are doing the Tree of Life wire wrapped pendant. That's what we're doing this morning. I hope you can see it. That's what we're doing this morning, and hopefully we come out with a beautiful project. As I was saying earlier, we've got multiple tutorial videos online. We do tutorial videos on millinery, on jewelry making, on bag making, on dress making. Hopefully soon we'll be adding soap making tutorials as well. And they are all on YouTube. If you type Skilled Hands on YouTube, you'll find us. We have over 200 videos streaming currently, and we'll be happy for you to subscribe to support this family as we carry on. So I see that my stone is a bit twisted. I'm going to try and position it properly, because at this point I'm going to be doing my bail. So I need to have everything lying in place beautifully as we carry on with the bail bit. So this point is where I bring things together and make sure everything is seated where I want them to. Asked me, it's quite fiddly, but I think I'm on top of the game. Great. So I'm going to start bringing them all together from the side. If you can see, I'm going to start bringing it all together from the side. So I'm going to bring the first one here to join this one in a twist. Okay. Then bring the third one to join it as well. And then the fourth one to join it as well. And then we have them all wrapped on the side. Now you see that when you do that, some of your wires will move. Don't worry. You're going to push them back in place and then have a beautiful piece in the end. But just get the most important thing going first. So that is what we have for one side, and I'm going to do it for the other side as well. Okay, I guess I'll have to keep it this way because else I'm going to unravel my twists. Okay, bring this and that together. If I seem not to be going around enough, pardon me. I'm trying to handle all three screens at the same time. And Kanab, thank you very much for joining us on TikTok. Thank you very much for the TikTok community. Thank you. So I'm going to twist all of them in place and then we start arranging our wires. So as you can see, they've shifted a little bit. I'm just going to use my fingers to push the leaves or the trees in place. Should I say the branches? Yeah, to put the branches or the trees in place. So it's just moving your wires around just to have them sitting well on it before we finally put in a bail at the top. All right, so this is what we have. So at this point, I'm just pushing my branches in place and basically doing a few twists here and there, and that's it. So this is my front side. I'm going to check if the back side looks pretty much like what I'm expecting it to be. So, but just still push it in a few places and that's it. So that's my back, that's my front. So thank you very much, everybody. So at this point, I'm going to bring this bit here and this bit here together in a twist to form our bail. So you want to be sure that you are doing it in the center of your stone, right? So that it's not, you're not going to have your bail seated on half of, else it's not going to hang properly around your neck. So yeah, hopefully I have it seated in the center. So I'm just going to put it in a twist. It's easier when you separate them like this and then with your finger just twist them in place. So I'm going to carry on twisting till I've gotten a decent length for my bail, okay? All right, so this is a quite decent length. I'm going to carry on pushing things in place so that it looks like a proper tree. So I'm going to see if I can use any of my pliers to make my tree branches look a bit crooked so that they resemble that. I'm just trying to put the natural effect of a branch in there. And I'll show you in a minute what I mean by that after I've done what I'm doing now. So just put a little bit of curves into my branch instead of making it look all straight and rigid. So let's see. You see what I've done on this side? And it looks quite straight on that side. So I'm going to try and put in more turns and twists in the branch. It's just a way of just moving your fingers to make them look beautiful. Okay, so here, and I think I like the wonkiness of the branches now, if you ask me. All right, so like I was saying, Skilled Hands is a charity that empowers basically women. So we are set up to empower women, but when our tutorial videos go online, it's for everybody. But for our physical sessions is being set up just for women to attend. And like I said, we have over 200 tutorial videos on YouTube, which you can access now. You can have a look at our videos. We do videos on 5 courses or topics, if you'd like to say. And as you take a look at it, if you want to support us by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, we'll be very, very grateful you do that. We have the opportunity to accept membership on that channel as well. So we'll be happy for you to subscribe as a member and support the growth of our channel as we empower women through artisan craft workshops to be able to start small businesses of their own. That is not to say the men are left out. We are looking for a way of bringing our services to men as well. But currently, that is what we are set up as. We are based in UK, and we've been around for over 5 years and counting. Today, I'm streaming live on YouTube, on Instagram, and TikTok. I was supposed to be on Facebook as well, but unfortunately, like I said earlier, if you've been with me from the beginning, I've not been able to go there. So this is like a recap of what we've been doing from beginning, if you're just joining in, because I see people coming in and going out. So thank you very much, everybody who's come in and who's coming and who's joined and who's followed us. I've seen that a few people have followed us. So thank you very much. I'll be careful to follow you right after that. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and do the bail for the pendant. What I mean by the bail is this bit here, this rounded bit here. And that is where your necklace will go in. So this is where your necklace goes in to hang around your neck. All right. So this is what is called the bail. So I'm going to go ahead and do the bail with you. I'm going to leave about 1/2 centimeter. So about this bit here, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave that. So I'm going to put my round nose plier in between my metal wrap. And that is where we go and do the bail. All right, so I want to hold it facing me. I'm going to turn my wire away from me at 45 degrees angle. So away from me, it's going away from me. Depending on how you look at me, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. I've turned it away from me. If I'm holding it like this, it's turned away from me. People do it differently, but this is how I do it, and this is how I teach it as well. So I've turned it 45 inches away from me. I'm going to move my round nose plier from there, come up here and hold where I have turned. And like I said earlier, this round nose plier determines how big or how wide you make your loops. So I'm going, because I want a bigger loop, I'm going to be going further in, and that is going to help me create the size of my loop actually. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. So if you look at it, you're basically there now, and this is the loop I have. I want to create a bigger loop so that I can have a cord go through it if I don't want to use a chain. Okay, so I'm going to now hold the loop I've created and then wrap my wire around to form my bail. Okay. I'm going to send it around in a minute for you to see what I've done, but basically that is my loop. And that is my bail. I'm sure by now you're wondering what we're going to be doing with the excess wire. We're going to cut it off with our cutter, and press it down, tuck it in underneath so that it doesn't catch on anybody's clothes or the wearer's clothes. So I'm going to go in with my cutter to cut it, and this is where the wire comes, the cutter comes in handy. All right, I'm going to cut it all because it's quite a lot. It's taking some time to cut it off, but I'm going to put more pressure and cut it down. Great. Now this is what I have, but it looks very pointy and sharp. So I'm going to get my flat nose plier to press it all in, and then we take it from there. I want to tuck it in from behind, so I'm going to have to cut it further down some more and then take it from there. So I'm going to tuck it in the bottom and we are done. I like this creation. If there's anything to do, is just to move the leaves or the branches, I keep calling them leaves, whatever, back in place. And I think we have a beautiful piece this morning. So this is what we've just created on our live, should I say live transmission? Big Brown, thank you very much for joining in this morning. Yeah. Many thanks for the likes. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. I love it. Thank you very much. And that came from ST. If I'm right? ST. I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right, but thank you very much. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the love. So this is what we have. Like I said, we have a lot of videos on YouTube, and we'll be happy for you to follow us. Hit the notification bell as well, so that you'll be notified anytime a video is uploaded. I'll be happy for, let's see how many minutes I have, and let's see if we can do another wrap for one of these. Let's see if we can do another tree of life for one of these, and then we take it from there. So I'm going to go ahead and, just like I did for this one, cut about four on this side, 4 on that side. So 8 strings of my 26 gauge again, and see how far we go. The only thing is I'll have to be here for an hour, but if I'm not able to finish it, I'll put a proper tutorial video on our YouTube page so you can take a look at it over there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my 8 strips again, like I did with the first one. So 8 strips of 30 inches long. Like I said, if it's 30 inches, it looks quite long, but then it gives you room to play about and not be stuck on the project as you work. So for me, the longer the better, though. Thank you very much for following us. I'll follow back. Do you sell them, please? Yes, we sell them. We currently have a shop on our website, and our website is www.skilledhandsorganization.org, and I'm going to show you quite briefly a few of them that we've made that will be uploaded pretty soon on our website. But when you go to our website and you look for our shop, you'll see it there. So we have this already wrapped. We also have these ones wrapped as well. We have these wrapped. And then I think this is my favorite of all. I really love that one. I don't know if I can show it properly to you. Yeah. So all of these are going on our page, and you can buy them from there. So yes, we sell them, and you can have them. You can buy them from our web page. So the web address is www.skilledhandsorganization.org. organization.org. I think if I could, if it's possible to write it somewhere, I'm going to try and text it. And they are beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I'm going to try and see if I can type that out somewhere. Yeah, I think I can. I'll do that. So I just typed in a web. I'm going to pin it as a comment. I've just pinned it in. So if you type in that, you should be able to find us. So this will take you to our website. And then under our website, you look for the store. I'm using all my phones now that I've opened it and show you exactly what to do. So you look for the store, and the store has other things there, but currently it doesn't have the stones there. But I'm going to be uploading the stones right after this project, and then you'll be able to buy them if you want to buy them. Thank you very much for your lovely comments. Thank you very much, everyone who's joined in. Thank you so much for your love this morning. So like I said, I'm going to try to do another stone wrap briefly, and then I'll be happy for us to finish. So I'm going to be cutting 8 of these strings, and then we take it from there. 3, 4, 6. I guess I'm going to leave it at 6 because it's a quite narrow stone. I think 8 will be too much for it. So I'm going to leave it at 6 strands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, I'm going to find the center of my strings. So I'm just going to bring it together in a bend. Just try and find the center of it like that. And at this point, what I'm going to do is not just twist here. I'm going to leave about half a centimeter. All right, and that is where my stone is going to sit. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So I'm going to leave about half a centimeter and do my twist on one side, about half a centimeter twist. Hopefully that will be okay. And then another twist about half a centimeter as well. So you realize that the first one, we had done a twist right in the center, but not this time round. What I'm going to do is space my wires up. Let me work on this and then show you what I've done. Okay, so this is what I have done. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so that's the difference between this one and the next, the first one we did. Now our stone, the sharp edge is going to sit in that space I've just created like that. I'm going to show you. So that is what the space was left for, just so that it will sit there. That we still have the stem of our tree. So that kind of serves as the root of the tree. What you see at the bottom I just left. Okay, I'm going to push them in place and then yeah. I'm going to carry on wrapping. So like I did for the first time, I'm going to separate all my strands, and that makes it easier to work with for me. So I get one strand on this end, just like we did for the first one, another strand on this end, and then we twist it into place. So 3 twists should be enough. I've done it for this side, if you can see. I'm going to go ahead and do it for the other end, just to lock our stone in place and keep it from moving about. So let me do one here as well. I'll grab one on this side and one on the front and twist that as well. Okay, so we have that and we have that. Very, very fiddly, so be patient with it. We've done these two, and I'm going to get my second one. So one on this end, another one on that end. Just 3 twists should be enough. I don't know if you can see my creation at this point. My fingers are in the way, but I've done it 2 on this end and I've just done 1 on this end. I'm going to go over and do the second one on this end as well. So it's basically the same idea, but every stone and the way it's wrapped, like the first one, I've just done a stem for it and not done roots for the tree. This one has roots just because of the way the stone is shaped so that it can sit in the roots, if I'm making any sense. I hope I am. So yeah. Mm. Great. Going ahead to do this one here. Sorry if I seem to be positioned in one direction. I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus on the project, and that is me taking my attention from moving it about. But I apologize for that. I hope you can see what I'm doing, but quite focused on the work. And when I'm done, I'll show you. But basically, it's just about the same approach as to the other one. Remember, it's just a tree of life pendant. So I'm going to bring all of them on the sides, just like we did the other one, and then work on the trees after that. I don't know if you can see it properly, but I think it's better for me to finish off and show you what I'm doing, because this bead or this stone happens to be very, very narrow and tiny as well. So it's difficult to show you what I'm doing. Great. If you ask me, I think I enjoyed doing the other one to this because this is quite narrow bead. But I think with a bit of work, we'll get there. So if you live in Nottingham, we run free workshops as well if you meet our criteria. We also run paid workshops for anybody who would like to pay for tutorials, either virtual or physical workshops if you live in a catchment area. But basically, that is what we do as an organization. We have other products as well, but if you visit our website, you should be able to see everything we do. I don't know if you can see it well, but I still need to work on the shape. They seem to be a bit everywhere, not what I'd prefer, but it's not that bad if you see it. You still need to work on it a little bit more and just push things in place, and then we get it from there. Thank you very much. Oh, really? Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. I don't know, but I tend to get that a lot. And sometimes people see other videos and they tell me, can you look at it and do a version of yours because you tend to explain your videos very well. I just try my best, really, if you ask me. But thank you very much for the compliments. Some of these kind words keep us going. So here is what we have. I'm going to carry on with the top to do my bill. So just like we did for the first time, just put all your, I've not forgotten my other family as well. It's just because I get more engagement on TikTok. That's why it looks like my attention is directed there, but that doesn't mean I have ignored anybody. So this is what we have here. And this is art. Well, it's craft though, but it's art. And everything you do is, the design is entirely up to you. Creativity is the spice of life, should I say. It has no formula. So what is beautiful to you may not be beautiful to somebody, and what, vice versa.